Hello my lovely friends, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are doing a continuation of a journal with me in my May birthday themed junk journal. I was journaling along and I made the first video with you guys, and as it turns out I don't know, I have a strange relationship with time. I thought I could make a quick video, but it turns out that I needed way more time than I anticipated. So this video really is just a continuation of part one, where we are adding in and gluing in and working in the May journal together. And Sophie here has made a lovely appearance. So in this journal, we just are continuing to add in some of the photos that I have for May and different bits of ephemera and the quotes and all those sorts of things. So I hope that you will enjoy this continuation. I really enjoyed my time with you today and adding all the things and talking about May and my birthday and all the things that really are important to me as I put this journal together. So without any further ado, once Sophie gets off the journal, we will continue on with our cut and paste. So anyways, let's just get started. Once this journal is done at the beginning of June, I will do just an entire flip through of it. It's really coming together. I have to say, in the last video I talked a little bit about how the month of May didn't really go the way I planned, which, you know, that's usually how these things happen. But this is really coming together nicely. So let's just continue on, shall we? So, like I said, I've gone in, I've taken some of the photos that I wanted to include in this month of May journal and just sort of stuck them where I thought might be a good spot to put them. So we have this lovely picture here of Sophie, who was, as always, wanting to be right in the middle of all the action. So I thought we would just sort of stick this there. And yeah, I mean, the thing is, I am a little bit chaotic when I work. I envy people that can just go in and have a small box of things to pick through, and they very gently and deliberately go through, and they're very like, oh, they like where they're gonna put it. And anyways, I'm the opposite of that. And we've got this lovely photo of Sophie here, sleeping on my lap. How adorable. And okay, so we talked about this in the last video, how much I love this image. Oops, I'm gonna scratch it. And how much I love the rickrack around her collar. I'm such a big fan of rickrack. I thought she kind of looked nice there because there's no competing color or pattern yet in the background. I tried her on a few different pages and with a few different things in behind, you know, because I like to layer and I like the color. But I find that because there's so much going on in the photo, she just looked a little bit better with a plain background there. So then here, was this, did I turn this into a pocket? Ah, I did. Okay. So, for now I'm going to leave these things here because I found this photo. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this. When I was little and you got, sometimes you could get photos developed. I'll see if I can find an original one. They would come two small, pocket size on the one side, and then there'd be the bigger one. And this was one of the pocket-sized ones. And this was at my Baba and Guido's. It's before my brother was born, so I think I was maybe 4 or 5. Anyways, I got a bike, and that's me in their kitchen. And, oh, 1971. Oh, she did put I didn't even notice that. So I was 5, right? Yes. Oops. So I thought it would be kind of fun I'm going to two-way tape this down and use that as just sort of a way to sort of, maybe over here, just to keep this from sort of flailing about everywhere. I guess that's what I'm going to do. Okay, remember that, 1971, because then what I'll do is I'll make a note of it beside it. That was May 1971. So yeah, they used to come when you got your photos developed, which you had to wait several days, if not weeks, to get your photos developed. I mean, it seems archaic now, doesn't it? To think, oh my God, we had to wait how many days to get our photos back, and you never knew how they were going to come back, if they were going to be good photos or bad photos. And you only got 24 photos on a roll. Oh, so primitive, right? Yeah, I think that'll be good there. We can sort of bring this down a little bit. Yeah, I like that. I like that. And then this is one of my favorite little pussycat poems. Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? I have been to London to visit the Queen. Pussycat, pussycat, what did you there? I frightened a little mouse under a chair. Now, having just said that, I think that I would like to have a little mouse. So, again, remember that. I want to put a little mouse here. Okay, then, so like I said again in the other video, I explained that I share a birthday with Helena Bonham Carter, and I love this photo of her. And I put this sticker on the back that I printed off from the internet, The Power of Meditation. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm not the most, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say calm person, but sitting still isn't really a strong suit for me. But I have been thinking a lot this month about meditation and incorporating some sort of meditation in my day with the breath work that I want to be working on to try and lower my blood pressure a little bit. And I don't know, it feels like something that would be very beneficial for me, because I can be very scattered and chaotic. And I am a Gemini after all, and we're not known for being the most even-keeled human beings on the planet. We overthink and we overanalyze and we overthink everything. So, I put this on the back, sort of as a reminder to me to not give up on the idea of meditation. We always have these grandiose ideas, right? Oh, I'm going to meditate every day. And then, yeah, it's the last thing I think about. But I thought it would be kind of fun to just put this tab up here. So I'm going to glue that. But before I do that, I want to put something at the top here so that it's not, I'm just going to use a rubber stamp just so that it's not blank. I sort of have this pet peeve of having blank tabs. I don't know what it is. It's just one of those weird things. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to just glue that there. And then I think I just want that to sit up there like that. There. It's a little bit crooked, but so am I. Okay, so what do we got here? So, I thought I put this little quote here: may my heart be kind, my mind fierce, and my spirit brave. And I thought that might be something that she might actually say. So we're just going to stick that there. And I got the little music box out that I got at Value Village last week. And I did fill it full of paper clips with fabric on it, and I thought that looked kind of nice. That would be kind of a fun way to just keep those. So now I can take something like this maybe, She's got purple shoes on. So let's put a purple piece of fabric here to kind of go with that, like that. And then on this side, I've got twins everywhere for Gemini. And then underneath, I have this little, again, I call them Easter eggs, these little tip-ups with quotes underneath them. So emerald is the gemstone for May. And on the back here, I did a screenshot of this. Now, I never know how to say her name. Lulu La Berlu. Lulu La Berlu? I don't know how to say it. But she did this great little window here with an envelope. And you can sort of see the cello, the reflection of the cello of the envelope there. And I really liked what she did. So I did a screenshot of that to remind me to go back into her Instagram account and watch her video again of what she did. So that's going to go there, and then that's just going to get tucked in there. And then I've got these two little troublemakers here. And I don't have anything yet to go on the back, although I do have this quote from Carl Jung. Actually, that fits there, doesn't it? Synchronicity is an ever-present reality for those who have the eyes to see it. And I was like, ooh, I really like that. Yeah, I think actually I'm going to put that in the back, on the back there. I'm going to cut it just a little bit, trim it. I'm quite fascinated by some of the things that Carl Jung came up with. I don't know, I have to be honest, I haven't studied it in any detail, but I am fascinated by it. Okay, so that, by him, I should say. So let's just stick that there. And it is kind of fitting that this quote goes behind the Siamese kitties, because I will say that it was quite synchronistic how Lucy and Sophie came into our lives. So yeah, that fits really nicely there. Oh, speaking of, okay, so I thought it would be kind of fun. I'm going to glue these balloons on the top. So, oops, sorry. Yeah, Lucy being very like, I don't know what she was watching, but she was very, very intent on sitting up in the window there for a while. Who knows? Cats see all kinds of crazy stuff that I don't know what they see. Sometimes when it could be dead at night and Sophie's looking out the window and she'll start yelling and screaming at something outside. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Scares the bejesus out of me. Ooh, is that 5 fit there? I don't know what's going on. She's having a royal meltdown. I'm looking out the window. I can't see anything. But she knows. She sees. Oh, Sophie is definitely a get off my front lawn kind of cat. Okay. Now, I got this great Happy Mail from Jenny. I received it on May the 19th. So I just wanted to keep a little memory of that all together there. Yeah, this is going to be good. Okay, so now I'm going to glue this here. Let's start about here and come down. I don't know what it is about me and the backs of tabs having to have something on it. Because, you know, how often am I going to be looking at the back of this? I don't know. It's one of those weird things, you know. Now, I feel like that needs something. Maybe I have a sticker. Are these the stickers? Nope. Oh, wait. Here we go. That works. That works. May the 26th, which is tomorrow, is my actual birthday. So we're going to be going to a giant antique store, which is one of my favorite things to do on my birthday. And then we're going for Greek food afterwards. A friend of ours owns a really lovely Greek restaurant, and it's sort of a tradition to go. So I'm very excited about that. There. Now, here, I just put in a little pocket here because I wanted to have really tiny little tags, again, to just have a space to put some little quotes and things in on behind. Like I have this to do. Deep breathe. Deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Oh, hang on. So maybe I'll put that. Because I've talked about in videos before that I tend, when I'm stressed out, like most people, I breathe high up in my chest. I forget to belly breathe, and so I'm trying to remind myself all the time to breathe with our bellies like we did when we were babies. I like this too. The things you're passionate about are not random. They are your calling. I think I'm going to put that one behind in there. Breathing should be one of the most natural, easiest things in the world to do, but we get, you know, life gets crazy, and before you know it, you're practically holding your breath, and it's not good. It's not good. Oh, there's a cat hair. Shocker. Stuck in there somewhere. Well, it's not a journal without cat hair now, is it? Okay, now here in this pocket, as one of my postcard sets that I have on my website, I have "Creativity is the way I share my soul with the world." It's a Brene Brown quote, and I absolutely love that. And then on the back, I put a photo of, I made a bunch of sort of like decoupage bowls, but instead of using paper, I used fabric. And they turned out great, and I'm going to take them to a tiny little cafe and put them on sale and see what happens. So I left a little bit of room at the bottom here to talk about how they took way longer than I thought they would. Again, story of my life. But I really did have a great time because this is something normally that I wouldn't do. And they look like, hang on, I have one, or at least I did. Oh, here. Just as a little sidebar, these are the prototypes that I made. And basically they're just fabric and white glue. And it was one of those projects where it was a lot of fun to do because it was a total no-brainer. And I just stood here and put on something on Netflix, and I had a great old time just gluing, you know. I can't even, you know, some days I'm like, I can't even fully express how much I like to glue stuff. It's kind of weird. Anyways, so I made a bunch of them because I was really thrilled with them, and I thought that other people might really enjoy them. I did glue this lace on here, but I decided I wasn't super keen on how that turned out. And then in order to finish the tops of the bowls, I thought it would be fun to rip up a whole bunch of pieces of paper and just glue them on. And I called them patchwork bowls. And then when I packaged them, like you can see, oh no, I don't have them packaged here, but patchwork bowl. This bowl is a lovely reminder of the patchwork of life The metaphor of patchwork fabric resonates deeply because it acknowledges that life isn't always smooth and seamless. Like the patches themselves, our lives are made up of various experiences, each contributing to its own unique color, shape, and texture to the overall tapestry of our lives. It's the combination of these patches and experiences that makes us all truly unique. So actually, I should, this needs to go in here somewhere, doesn't it? I'm not sure yet where. Somewhere. Anyhow, sorry, focus, focus. So, you know, I do, so far this channel has been about journaling, but if you guys are ever interested in me doing other videos like how to make these bowls or something like this, which I just watched somebody else on YouTube make these bowls, but let me know in the comment section if you guys are ever interested in me doing videos that are about something else other than journaling. Okay, so I'm going to put a little sticker on here that says creativity, I think. So yeah, so that's just going to go get tucked in there. I have to find a spot for that. Now, I have this quote here. We are tender and fierce. We are strong, or we are soft and strong. We are fragile and courageous, sometimes all in one day. And I really like that quote. And I thought that would be fun to stick up underneath her because, I don't know, it kind of, I thought maybe it might be something that she looked like she might say. So we're going to stick this in behind here like this. You know, for these journals, like, I know, actually, I'm just going to mark with a pencil. Some people have a lot of stuff, meaning, you know, in the traditional way of junk journaling where they have stuff, ephemera. And for whatever reason, recently, I find that I don't have that much ephemera and stuff to actually put in some of my journals. And so whenever I see these quotes and things on the internet, I really like to just save them and then print them off. And that's sort of part of my way of using a different form of so-called ephemera or junk, right? And then I also have this other quote here. Lovely weirdo, you are so not normal. This is a beautiful thing. Have fun with your uniqueness. And again, I thought that might be something that she might say. So, and even though the lily of the valley has come and gone, at least around here, sadly, I would love it if it was around all summer. I thought I'd just stick that there. And we're going to stick this quote here because it's a good reminder that normal is overrated. And then I have this that says you're the cat's pajamas. I think we'll just stick that here. There. Okay. And then on this page, so I have had a lifelong appreciation and love for Raggedy Ann and Andy. And when I was 6, it says 5. Maybe I was 5. I think that's 5. I got, for my birthday, Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls. And I don't think I've been happier. I may not have ever been as happy since. It was what I wanted, and I was pretty sure that I wasn't going to get them. So when I got them for my birthday, I literally thought I had died and gone to heaven. And one of the things that really just made me so happy was that underneath their clothing, where their hearts are, was printed on, "I love you." And that touched me in my 5 or 6-year-old heart in a way that I wasn't prepared for. I didn't even know that was there. And so for me as a little kid, when I was sad, I would peek underneath their tops and look at "I love you," and it was a very sweet reminder that at least Raggedy Ann and Andy loved me. You know what I mean? The things that our little tiny brains think, right, when we're kids. But anyways, so I'm going to two-way tape this photo up in the corner with this. Yeah, those dolls probably didn't leave my bed until, I don't know, it was a long time I had them. I still have them somewhere. My dad found them not that long ago. I have to dig them out and clean them up a little bit. Okay, so let's stick that there. Yeah, they were a real source of comfort, you know. I will never forget seeing them in the box when I opened it up. And there they were. So that's going to sit nicely in there. Okay, so then on the back of this, I had shown this in the other video. I really like this image. I like her. I like everything about this, but they talk about how during the Great Depression, sacks containing flour, grain were made of cloth, primarily cotton. The Kansas Wheat Company realized that the poorest families were reusing the sacks to sew dresses for women and girls. So to make them more appealing, they decided to print them with floral and color motifs. This is something I want to learn a little bit more about. I mean, we've all heard about sack cotton dresses, sack cotton clothing, sack cotton toys. But there was just something very endearing about this photo to me. And then it just goes in to talk about the initiative was a huge success, and KWC made sure that the ink used for the logos would fade after a simple wash, and some bags even had the patterns already drawn on the fabric, ready to be cut and sewn, a marketing tactic that helped American families get through a particularly difficult period, and also useful as a source of income for women who would sell recycled dresses. It's crazy to think about now, isn't it? So again, I'm going to put this little tab up here, but I do want to stamp again on the back. Let's just use this one again. Oh, and it's upside down. That's perfect, actually. That's perfect on so many levels for me to do it backwards. It is a great metaphor of how so many times I have to take the hard road before I learn how to do it right. There we go. There we go. You're not even gonna notice that it's upside down. Okay. Okay, I got through that without crying. It's amazing how emotional you can still get about these things, you know? And then on this side, what did I put? Oh yeah, this was my haul from Value Village, where I got the music box and the Mountie playing cards and some towels and a nice big tray for coffee dyeing. That was great. So I'm still going to do something on there, but at least the photo is in there, or tucked in behind there. So like I said before, what I'm going to do is, after this video, I still have a week to go in May, and there's some other birthdays and some things going on. So we'll get this filled up, and then once I get the last week done, then I'll do a total flip through in June of it being completely finished. So I really like, I've used this photo before. There's something about, well, there's everything about her I find completely endearing. Her also, our shared love of leopard print is pretty obvious, but I thought she would be a fun little tip spot. She looked to me like somebody who could bake a mean dish of scalloped potatoes, I have to say. And then I have this thoughts aren't facts, and I wanted to stick that in underneath there. Even though she doesn't look like your typical domestic goddess, so to speak, she does look like somebody who really knows her way around a kitchen. And then I thought if I taped it there, then that kind of keeps this down here. So I'm going to, we need, I wonder if I have, I was going to say, a red gingham, I do. It's not quite gingham, but it looks a little bit like gingham. Let's see what this looks like. Yep. Perfect. So yeah, so the month of May has just, oh my goodness, I can't even, it's just poof. One day it was May the 1st, and the next day it's today, which is May the 25th. It's just nuts. Time needs to slow down. You know, sometimes I think if I had a genie and 3 wishes, one would be that time needs to slow down. And of course, going through all of this stuff and thinking about, you know, birthdays as a kid, and, you know, May obviously leading up to summer vacation. I mean, just the time just seems to go by so much faster than when you were little. I mean, obviously you don't have all the responsibilities and things when you're little that you do now, but I like it. I like it a lot. And then this leaves some room here for some kind of tab or something. Ooh, that's kind of good. M for May, obviously. What's on this side? Nothing. I think I like that like that. So let's just, once again, now let's make sure that it's the right way up this time. And it's going to stick out the side, so maybe I'll just indulge my love of numbers. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you know, doing this process has made me realize that I don't tend to have as much ephemera and junk kind of quote unquote lying around as I used to. I was a great collector of ephemera for a long time, and I found that I didn't have an off button, if you will. I mean, I saved everything, and then I had bins and bins and bins and bins and bins of ephemera. And I got to the point where I was so, I'm not in camera here, sorry, or in frame. I found I was so overwhelmed by all the stuff that I got rid of a lot of this stuff. And I sort of went with the decision that I'm just not somebody who can have a lot of ephemera and stuff lying around, because I just accumulate so much of it. It's crazy. So, you know, I print a lot of stuff. I like to save a lot of stuff that I find on the internet. And if nothing else, that kind of takes up less space. Because all the images are on my computer. This, I showed this in the last video too. I really love this page that this woman did. I got this, I think, off Pinterest, and sadly, for some reason, I don't have her name on here, but I really, really like how she cut out these flowers out of a book, and I'm pretty sure that that's a page. I just love everything about this. So let's just stick that there and tuck her up. Perfect. Okay, so what else have we got here? We're cooking with gas. I have to say, we're doing all right. So, again, because it's May and the zodiac sign is for the Gemini are the twins. These two gals, again, they look like they know how to make a mean batch of pierogies. So I really like them, and obviously they're twins, and I thought that it would be fun to just stick that right in there, behind there like that. Because we can never, or it's always a good idea to remind yourself to believe in yourself. So I don't have anything on the back of this yet, but I'm just going to tuck that up there for now and leave that. This we did in the other video where I obsessed about getting this tucked up in here behind her head so you couldn't see the edges. And this just says, in case you didn't see it in the last video, I think there is pressure on people to turn every negative into a positive. But we should be allowed to say, I went through something really strange and awful, and it has altered me forever. And when I read that, I was just like, amen, sister. Amen. And I think I said in the last video, sometimes when, sometimes life gives you lemons and they're just really sour, crappy lemons. It's just how it is. Not that I'm all doom and gloom, but, sometimes I'm just like, I just want to sit with my lemons. I don't want to make lemonade. You kind of get in, you're just like, okay, it is what it is. That works. I don't know. Sometimes you just need to be kind of grouchy about it all. At least I do. Because then when you feel better, it makes it feel that much better. You know what I mean? When you get over it, you're like, oh. And then you're like, okay, I'm moving on. I moved past it. Make sure I'm in frame. Yep. Okay. Okay. Now, let's see. What do we got on this page? Oh, okay. So, we've got this. I found this on Pinterest, and I thought this was really great. I'm going to try and make some birthday cards or something like this. So, I don't have anything on the back yet there. So, that just gets tucked up in here. But, again, I just wanted to so I bought this book, The Point of the Needle, which if anybody sews, this is a really great book basically about the importance and the value of sewing, not just today, but overall through the ages. She talks about why sewing is good for our hearts and minds, what sewing has done for women throughout the ages. Like, it's a great book. It's an easy read. I was afraid that it might be a little bit so-called academic, but it's not. I can't put it down. I can't say enough about this. My friend Regina was reading it, and she expressed how much that she enjoyed it. And she's somebody who likes to do a lot of hand sewing. And anyways, I love it. I'm super glad that I got it. And it just, I don't know, there's just something about these two gals here. And I thought, these are women who probably sewed and who sewed a lot of interesting things. And it just seems sort of fitting that it goes here. May the 21st was when I bought that on Amazon. So I think I'll make a point of, again, remembering to, actually, I'm just going to, I'm going to just put a clip and remind myself here that that was the date. Now, I also have this quote here, alchemy. The process of taking something ordinary and turning it into something extraordinary, sometimes in a way that cannot be explained. And I have to say, as somebody who sewed for the majority of my adult life, I think that's very fitting for sewing. Even though a lot of sewing can be explained, for me, my granny taught me to sew when I was 6. And I've been fascinated and captivated by sewing ever since. Even though I did take a long hiatus, which I've talked about in other videos. And I actually got to a point where I thought I would maybe never sew again. But never say never. But there was something very incredibly satisfying and thrilling about taking something as one-dimensional as fabric, and through the process and a series of steps, all of a sudden it becomes this 3-dimensional entity that keeps you warm, keeps you clean, you know, brings joy to somebody else. Like, pick one, right? And so there really is, sewing in itself, really, there's something very magical about the alchemy, I think, of sewing. And I mean, it isn't just sewing, crafts in general, and all of the things that we do with glue and paper. Again, it's its own alchemy, right? You take something that has no form, and through stitching, gluing, whatever it is, all of a sudden it takes a form and becomes its own entity. And I'm fascinated by that. Okay, now what's here? We've got this tag with nothing on it, and this is nothing here. So just leave that there for now. Because like I said, I still have a week, and there's a few other things that I still would like to add in here. So we've got macaroni and cheese. My favorite. And then, oh yeah, okay, so I talked in the other video about, in the month of May, I discovered Jessie. I don't know how to say her last name, but she is known as the glucose goddess, and she is definitely having a glucose revolution. Now, I am not a diabetic. I don't have issues per se with sugar, but I find her theories and she's a biochemist. She has a really fascinating story, actually, about how she came to understand sugar and what glucose does to us and for us and with us. Anyways, I really like her presentation. I like her style. I like her methods. She is very, 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 very smart, but she talks in everyday, ordinary language, which I find very helpful. So I'm fascinated by her methods, and I'm really just getting into listening to her and her talk about food and what sugar. And anyways, I just thought it would be fitting that I put the woman who knows a lot about food on the back of maybe one of the worst things, but the most delicious things that we can eat, which is cheese and macaroni. And then here on the back, oh yeah, I'll put this on here. Okay, so I think at some point I'm going to put something here. And I also thought it was kind of fun because we've got the spaghetti recipe. And she doesn't tell you that you can't eat anything. She talks more about eating in a certain order and things that you can do to limit glucose spikes. So I really like her for that as well, because she's not telling you what you can't do. She's more telling you what you can do. And then I put the postcard in there. Okay, how are we doing for time? All right, we're going to speed this up a little bit. We've got these two here, twins. And so I thought that was very fitting. That again, we've got twin kitties and twin gals here. This, I will go through the rest of this, like I said, after I get some more stuff in here. But I think I think that's all we're going to do for today. I'm almost an hour in, and it's just, time flies. See, again, time just flies right by. We started there with Sophie, didn't we? And then I have this photo here. I found this the other day too. I think I'm going to scan this. This is a photo of my mom and dad and me on my first birthday. So I think my dad would have been 25 and my mom was 24 at the time. And yes, they did that to my hair. My mother always complained that I never had any hair, and that she was always disappointed that she couldn't put things in my hair because for whatever reason I just didn't grow much hair as a child. Anyways, so yeah. But I think that's a very sweet photo, and I just stuck that up in there for now by the lily of the valley. I think that's it today, my friends. I think that that's all that I really wanted to get in there. After having done the first video and now having done part 2, yeah, we're going to leave it there. There's lots more that I could do, but I do kind of want to leave some so-called blank space because I do have a week and still to go in and add more photos. My dad's birthday is the day after mine, so maybe there'll be some photos from that. My friend Sean's birthday is on the 30th, and I know I'm meeting him for dinner. So, yeah, there's some stuff coming up, and I want to take some photos. I'm going to my favorite antique place, or at least as far as I know we're going. Hi, Lucy. So I'm going to take a bunch of photos of some treasures at the antique store that I'm going to want to put in here as well. So I'll leave it there. Thanks, everybody, for... Oop, look, cat hair. It's not a journal unless there's a lot of cat hair in there, right? Thank you, everybody, for spending this time with me. You know how much I appreciate you guys sharing your time. I always say time is one of the greatest commodities that we have. And so the fact that you're willing to give up some of your day to spend some time, watch me glue stuff and talk about nonsense while I'm in my journal is very much appreciative and very kind of you. So thank you very much for that. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a little thumbs up, because it really does help me and it helps the algorithm to know who might else want to watch one of my videos. So speak kindly to yourselves, my friends. Enjoy your journal process. Right? Right? Yeah. And until the next video, take care, and I'll talk to you soon, everybody. Mwah. Bye. Say bye, Luce. Yeah, say bye.